Hi, I'm Lee Jensen if you don't know me, and today this video is going to be about drawing up the plans on the computer to cut this on the CNC Plasma. It's a two-part video, and the next video will be about the assembly of it. It's 100% out of just scraps. Even the lights were leftover lights from the barrel boat. Thought it was pretty cool. Hopefully you get a little value out of it, maybe a little inspiration to go out in your shop or garage and build something cool out of the junk you got laying around. I know not everybody has these tools here, but still we're going to make just a little something with some scraps. I don't know, it just come to me in the middle of the night. I have some leftover LEDs from the boat. It's a piece of aluminum we didn't use, a piece of plexiglass we didn't use, and I want to make a little thing that says on air, and I'm going to make it so that it hangs vertically, and we'll just go through it from the design to putting it together. There's not going to be any welding, I don't think. I think I'm going to try and design it so it's just kind of folds, everything fits in, and we'll go from there. I use Cut2D, and I get no affiliation or anything with it. Just that's what I use to do most of my design work in. What I'm going to do, we're going to make our layout just a 20 by 20, and our piece it probably isn't going to be near that big, but what that does is that makes the center 10 and 10, which makes it real easy. So I know my piece of plexiglass is only about 4 inches wide at the widest part, and what I did there is I'm centering this rectangle up, so I'm going to make the width of the rectangle 4 inches wide. The plexiglass is 12 inches long about. It's got some stuff on it that needs to be cut off. So we're going to start with that rectangle right there in the middle, and then we will find us some, I want just a pretty basic text, maybe just a Arial. I'm going to go with Arial Black. So here we go again. Just get that text out of there. So, yeah. Turn the text into a vector so that we can deal with it a little easier. Just trying to snap to the center there. And there may be some kind of lineup, something on here. More similar to Inkscape, but I don't know. So just centering them all up at 10. We'll make it all a little bigger. I like that a little better. Move it all back over to 10. This is only going to make it smaller one way. We're almost dead center top to bottom, but we'll fix that. Okay, so I like that. Actually, I want to move this up just so there's a little more definition between on and air. back down 10. So we're 10 and 10, we're perfectly centered. Now we gotta make sure the centers of this stuff doesn't fall out. So we're gonna tag a few of these drops in. What I'm doing is making sure that the center, we have to tag it in, bridge it across. And that one's fine there. So we'll go up here in a minute. Try not to use the keyboard shortcuts because you can't see those. Stuff will just start happening. So we're going to center this up. Select our one that we want to move first. Okay. We're going to center this one up to that. Side to side. We're going to center this square to there. Center this one to the top. Okay. Now we'll come back and cut all these out. So now when we cut that, those center pieces won't fall out because the letters themselves are going to be open. Now the next thing is I'm going to make this where I can just fold it. So we're going to add this onto here. Let me scoot that over, and want to do this, and we want to do this to make sure it's even. There's different ways of doing this stuff. I'll flip that over. We'll make another one that is 4 by 1.5. Okay. Going to center that side to side. We're going to bring it up to the bottom. Close that. And then we'll just make a mirror. We'll go vertical on that. So now that's going to give us pieces that we can fold over. And we'll make a back. I want light to go through the back, so I'm going to make the back smaller where there's an edge around it. And we'll do that. I have to connect these, but I also want to leave some creases, some lines in here so that it's easy to bend. And how I'm going to do that is just cut a piece out, and then I'm going to go back in and close the vector up. It's a matter of the way it got selected. So anyway, that gives us these little lines to bend on. Let's center those up right quick. And you know what I'm going to do actually to make them exactly the same? I'm going to flip that horizontal over the center. I'm going to flip this one vertical. And now all those are the same. So now we got our little box made. And that's 4 by 12. I think I want to leave about a 1/4 inch around. So I'm going to make another one that's a 1/2 inch. Should be 3.5 and 11.5, and we're going to go, we'll move it over here quite a bit. I don't know exactly where that's going to be, but so that's going to fit inside here on the back. And what I'm going to do, I'll move that. Okay, right. I'm going to make another square, and we're going to go, let's go 4.5, and we're going to go, but it's only going to be 0.5 inches tall. Okay, can't do that. Got to deselect that first. Okay. Okay, well that centered it up right there for us. And those tabs are going to fit through some slots that we make here. And we will make those, I think our piece is about 70,000, our thickness of our stuff's about 70,000. So we're going to make the height, we're going to do, yeah. How high did I make these? I made that an inch. Let's go back. I don't want to do near that. Alright. Make that just under 3/4 of an inch. So now we're going to come back over here and we're going to do a 0.1, 100 thousandths, because we're about 70 thousandths. We want some clearance on there. Let's say that's double. Let's go 120 thousandths. And the height, we're going to do other one's 0.7, we're going to do 0.8. Okay, and that's going to be a little bit sloppy in there, but it's like it's going to fit, so it's going to make it all right. Now, so that is right in the center, and we'll check that as it goes over. It's going to be a little bigger, right? And we're going to put that just inside of there. Okay, and then I'm going to take that, flip that horizontal. Now the last thing I want to do is make some little tabs on the side to hold the plexiglass to the front. So I'm just going to make a little square I want to make it a quarter, maybe 3/16. 0.18 by 0.18. God, we got too many decimal points in there. Okay, so we're going to come over here. I'm just going to kind of put it random right there to start with. I'm actually going to put it up here where it's a little more structurally sound, I guess. Doesn't hurt for this to be a little bit longer. You'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. So, this is what I'm going to do here. Properties. We're on 8 inches, so I think that stuff's about an 1/8 inch thick. So, yeah, we're pretty close. 7, 8, 9. That's fine, and it'll bend over it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this centerpiece out, and then we will distribute these around so that we have 4 of those, and those are gonna be tabs that we just bend behind the glass and they hold it in. Lastly, I could weld a little piece on the top of this, but like I said, I kind of think it's cool that light's gonna shine out of it in different places. So lastly, we are going to make us a little tab right up in the, kind of similar to what we just did. Let's put a little hole here. I don't know about how big my little bolt holes are. Go straight up, just check it, make sure, yep, we're at 10 on that. We're pretty darn close on that. We'll round our corners up a little bit. Close that. I'm going to hit the D button. It's going to delete that out of there. So that'll get cut. We'll flip that up. And that's going to be what we hang it from, with some little piece of wire or something. So this has a check over here. We can look, there's no real problems there. And while this is screen recording, I guess we'll set, let's see, save this to my stuff. Save here. On air. Caps lock. My superpower is typing out sentences with a caps lock on and have to redo it. We are going to export that to a DXF. So out of my stuff. And then we're going to click out of here. I'm going to open Sheet Cam. My stuff. There. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to do here is break up the manually nested, and what that does is it just puts it into two pieces so that I can move this around. gonna go, we're gonna put it over on the edge. Let's get this close down here. All right, so I know that it may not even be the exact, but here's the thing. I know the 14 gauge steel setting will cut the aluminum just fine. So we're going to set that. Tool path on it, all that. Looks good. Outside offsets. You know what doesn't look good? I don't know why. We're just going to go 08 on there. There it goes again with too many. No, I don't like that either. About a 0.1, 100 thousandths. Okay, we're going to come over here, do the same thing. I'm not exactly sure. Why I had those off. Surely some great reason, right? So I'm gonna reach over out of the computer and get that. And we are gonna save the job on air to USB. Boom. Okay, now that moves to the other computer, so I'm gonna shut this screen record off, and the other camera's set up for that. So now real quick, we're just going to put this in here. And job. We're going to find me on air. Okay. This. So this is a scrap piece that was left over. We made it went on the back of a trophy I made, and then we made a bigger one in place of one of the mini I made. So that one right there, that's scraps. Find our 0 on here. Make sure we stay inside those holes a little bit. Zero everything out. Hit go. Thanks for hanging around. Really glad you watched this long. The next video will be the assembly of this, and maybe there's a link down there, maybe there's a link up there somewhere, and I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, maybe hit that thumbs up button for us. If you think you might come back, hit that subscribe button. Check out Dragon Slayer Industries, link in the description. Look us up on Facebook, and every little bit helps, you know. Thank you very much. See you.